I'm not gonna lie to you, the last time I played this, I didn't know a lot about it, and now I'm learning that there was actually voiceover the entire time, so let's kind of abuse that a bit. But hello everyone, in case you didn't know, my name is Alex, so welcome to Extreme Gaming. We're gonna be playing some Arcade Spirits because I haven't touched this in a while. The room where I had my bizarre interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Oh, wait, close that. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpacked my loaned lunch. What the hell? Yeah, incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. The half person, half animal weaves the appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Walking nightmare. Hello, anyone in there? See, nothing to be afraid of. Ah, right, I see. Looks like you stabilized. I was worried. I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really. Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be the muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, and I'm Allison.
Also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the funplex? What now? It's almost too much to ask to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Naomi was an offset scale, cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph? Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today, this morning, to be specific.
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex. Hmm.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just enamored with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that you had known more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up on the employee's only door. But how could you get the door code? Of course. You would have to collect the password on a piece of paper that fell out of Gavin's pocket. You searched your heart and decided that the 4-digit number had to be the intel you needed. Next, you needed to lie in wait for the opportune moment and punch in the secret key code just to find me. It just keeps going and going. Very passionate about that scenario. The way she takes on the idea and runs with it, a lot of people might find that weird, but I kind of dig it. Shows a lot of imagination. I wonder if she's a writer or something. And how would have you stunk out, I wonder? I could have helped, but for a price. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple of minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept up in a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave different kind of excitement that beeps and boops, screaming children and broken machines. You really aren't painting the best picture here. Ah, geez, I didn't mean to be a downer. I just want to move up in the world. And I've got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplays to make. Cosplay? As we switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she smiles. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game character or TV character. I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly, but it's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering, really. Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats. Definitely, you want to try it? I've got a few favorite game character. Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley's pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's hard to tell with her hands as feathers. So Pinky is your creation intentionally? Yep, looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? I'm just gonna go with a few things and kind of work with it here. I'm all thumbs when it comes to this stuff. Literally, I can't get enough thread running between them. I'm pretty impressive though. Naomi was going on about craftsmanship of games, and clearly you're digging all the craftsmen of costumes. Oh, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds and get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to adore it. That makes sense. Although the arcade's been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in and glances the room once, then talks in a hushed tone. I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. I had to restitch the left arm. It was giving her an old test drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, it was. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl and must have been like 5, 6 years max. Anyway, we were next to the Showtime stage and she tugged on my arm and whoosh, arm came off. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people and it's not just me. Hey now. I don't want that to happen again and I felt so bad. But enough about me, what about you? So you Carl's replacement? I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing that I am attending to when I'm not going to cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper that I have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assumed you already met Francine, but you haven't had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet. Let me see here. Right? My phone is all kinds of crazy and messed up. Let's see here. Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. Yeah, wait. Wait, seriously? So they're going out? Nope. Give me one quick second here. But they always bicker like an old married couple. Classic anime cliche, the ones that fight always end up together. Mark my words, Allison. Consider them marked. Beep, beep, beep. Allison. What's that sound? Drat, I have an alarm when my lunch break was over. Time to get back to the grindstone. I didn't even get a chance to eat. That's that's no good. Allison needs her calories. You eat up, I'll watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough, thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recess of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart, wow, it occurs to me that I actually pondered my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. Some of these are kind of funny. Well, let me see here. I like her enthusiasm. The way Ashley's whole expression changes when she talks about things that she's passionate about, it warms my heart. Her beaming energy that lights up the whole room. I wonder if one day I'll be that excited about something. Anyway, with lunch in my belly, break time complete, the second half of my workday begins. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out, school's done, and late rising pros are heading out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the desk, my job to wander the floor looking for problems or potential problems, or just making sure everything's a-okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. I think I'm off to a decent start with my coworkers. Good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before and they can really drag your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. I think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. I should have time for all 3, but which do I tackle first? Oof. Let's see here. Fast Cars 5. Wow. The irate customer near Moopy's Magic Maze. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left side of the arcade. I quickly rush over for 30 feet to the scene of the crime already in progress. Come on. Hurry up and finish your game. Angry Rando. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Evan for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Allison, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. Want this blank to wrap up his damn game so I could play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, and I can feel her wince as the man's curse up a blue streak. Sir, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of blank off this game, or I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figured I ought to hear the fat piece of side of the story rushing into judgment, and I tap the player on the shoulder. He doesn't even notice. Soon I tap again twice. Sir, there are others playing. There are other players waiting to give Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks over at the game's marquee, "Thank you, Naomi," which simply reads Moopy. You know the game's full name? Sure, I played a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff? Yeah. A bit terse. He is laser focused on the game, and I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's a heck of a high score. Or as the other guy would put it, holy blank, that's a blank of a high score. Excuse me. Alright, right, sir. Can you please wrap up your game? Nope. I'm keeping a good pace here. Plenty of lives stocked on the par and getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when it's dropped in his British accent, like I'm watching some documentary program on BBC. Yeah, but this is a public arcade. Other folks want to play the game too. He finishes clearing the board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first, I think he stepped away from his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to the movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife, and they roll around in bed covered in money and, cover what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I've never seen that much raw cash in one place at any given time, and it's not even in 20s. Dude's rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact info preloaded. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy a Moopy for $3K. What do? In less than a minute, I have a response. Considered we pay $200 for it and plus in parts. Yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how's Naomi going to react to this, offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit? It also feels kind of weird for taking advantage of a guy's lack of grasp of the real cost of an old arcade machine. I know all this workplace drama is going to catch up to me at some point, but with this rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. I'm not going to sell it. It's an older game, and it's actually one costs us about 200, but, well, it's part of the arcade, sir. I expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest if not getting his way, but he's smiling. You're right. This is Mr. Mopey's home, after all. Let's compromise. I'll pay you $1,000 American to own the game, but I'll let you keep it in here. And in return, I get to play as long as I want, provided nobody's already playing. That way I can keep chasing the score, but your arcade stays whole. I hate to break up a loving family. Naomi will be relieved to hear that, even if Gavin may fay me for passing up $2,000. Good. I hate to make Naomi cry. How can I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad, but to be fair, we kind of ignored that he exists. What the man? What kind of arcade is this anyway? I'm going to Drake Deco's place. And we just lost a customer stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry, and on the negative side, I drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, he goes right back to playing, eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, and clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. Seems to care more about than just his game. Taken from his walling around in the lower tax bracket, the rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet he's not what that guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi, because of the Funplex. That's the home and family for the games and for us. Maybe it's for the best I sent that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even when playing.
I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
Yes, that's me, Allison Renee, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So you seriously been playing Mopey all day, huh?
Say, it's my calling. I actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
The beeps and the boops.
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real world conditions. It's all about the emotions. Laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest.
What's the current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy's been standing here since I worked the morning shift, hours and hours, and he's still only about 720k into this game. Can't imagine him being anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him go back to his game, but burning question, they burn like fire. I'm gonna ask him for real. So I take the high school is more important to you than your bank balance, the way you decided to buy Mopey like that? Yes, of course, the score is more important than anything. Except eating and paying rent. More important than anything. Few hours a day trading off after I go home keeps the bank balance in balance. Anybody could do that, And if they have a head for numbers. He points out his current score on the top of Mopey's screen. If I'm going to define myself by a number, this is the one that I choose. And I don't feel people are defined by their work. I know the arcade is a home for those people who have made a passion of their work, but it's a passion of that matters more. I've my passions, and the same as anyone. I look forward to learning yours as well. When I'm not deep in the middle of a game, I mean. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should leave him be. I have to do a thing about a thing. Be seeing you, Miss Renee. Yet another weird encounter in the string of weird encounters. By the end, he sounds more like a high-scored junkie you hear about in documentaries, obsessed and driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him in the beginning. He's smiling when he's not splitting up the arcade. And there's something more going on here. But, well, he's a Funplex regular. There'll be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. But let's see. What to handle next? Someone cursing up a storm in front of the Fist of Discomfort is being played. Remember Iris telling me to do this earlier today when I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in esports circuit, and it's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. And one year, the team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back with a win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize pot. Jeez. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does this work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way to the top and bottom lanes, clearing out the ninja and finally toppling the enemy dojo. Okay. But that's the action part. The strategy part involves using a special ability, purchasing items, and the ninja summons. FOD is sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way that the different game systems interweave to form a masterpiece of esports perfection. Okay. Don't know how I feel about that, but alright. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I mean, sounds easy. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy and playing the world over is the top gamers in such a way to bite disregard, but sure, why not? Sure, okay. Which is interesting and stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loudmouth currently playing the game. And the closer I get, the louder the yell gets. The more the words that... What the actual was that? No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be blanking me. There is no blanking way that even plausible. Those hitboxes don't blink and connect. Blank this game, blank it all night long. Okay. This is kind of funny, actually. Get wrecked. Rando Calrissian! Holy shit, somebody else uses that! Okay, so Rando Calrissian is actually the character I use whenever I play, whenever we play Cards Against Humanity. But Rando Calrissian's actually a person here now. Holy crap. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. Save up a little something extra special for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Hard. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops, mobby. Wait, what? You haven't been farming. How could XP share technique for creep waves? Take this. 5 full blanky explosive death claw technique. What? How did you defeat me? No!
Oh, GG.
Fodder.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
Okay. My dry eyes painfully blinking make me realize I've been standing here watching intently during the whole exchange. Not 100% sure of what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was an arcade game, that the wreck was the guy's face.
Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Oh, seeing as I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question, I opt to take a moment to collect my thoughts. From what I gather, she goes by Queen Bee. The jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of L7 Gaming, an arcade esports team. And she's most direct, fierce person I've met all day. And that's saying a lot considering what I've run into so far. Just to be funny. Sorry, gonna be that person. Let's be frank about this. I know my taste, and Queen Bee's got the whole package. The sass, the dirty mouth, the keen fashion sense. Oh, I'd still be a subservient little heart. Oh, be still my subservient little heart.
Weird and quiet like? It's creepy.
She snaps her fingers and grab my attention.
Quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
And from what you've seen, I couldn't possibly best a scrub, let alone professionally competitive player of the game. Nope. No, thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You work here?
You bet. In fact, I was just hired earlier. I'm the new floor attendant, and if the game eats your quarters, come to me. Wait, you're serious? Okay, then, welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
I think that was actually a weird tactic for me to introduce myself to her. I'm Allison. I did technically just start working here about 6 hours ago. Ooh, maybe I should stop that. Hang on. Ooh, wait. I don't know what happened there. No problem. We gamers gotta stick together.
Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
I figured that when you put your arms over your head and cheered and shouted, no one could defeat me, Queen Bee.
Hey, I do not sound like that. Maybe a little.
Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here, besides Purr and Tio. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's even making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Really? Have you been living under a rock for the past decade? If you consider a small yet formidable apartment a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet child. You are so innocent and pure. Come, let me show you the path of darkness that is the internet. I'm torn. On one hand, I'm curious. On the other, I'm slightly worried of what it's going to get myself into. Exposing myself freely to the horrors of the internet seems wise. Please. I promise it's not going to hurt. Queen Bee grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the fist of discomfort cabinet. And upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. You can't just plug in one of those cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. The webcam there, it broadcasts my own personal PC back home, which streams matches live, and all my fans and chat room appear on my phone. Cost a bit to put everything all together, and it takes about half an hour to rig up and test each morning, but after doing it here for a couple of years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras, damaging the paint job, I mean. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. There's so much to miss out on by sitting on your lonesome with the console version of FOD, the crowds, the wicked trash talk, the commentary. Wait, so you're broadcasting live right now and we are live right now?
No way.
No, that's part of my warm-up matches. I've got plenty of big tournaments. I've got a pretty big tournament coming out, so I try to get as much practice as possible, even with a bunch of fodders. As in FODs, as you know, chum, lunch meat, scrubs, losers. I got an idea, yes? Queen Bee sees something out of the corner of her eye and glances around the arcade floor, and she gives me a nod. Someone's hanging near the Street Fighter cabinet. Oh, my cabinet is starting to trickle in. Oh, my crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? As the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern. Boop, boop. I gotta go in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, it's been swell. We'll chat later, right? Sure, one thing. Can you keep the swearing down to at least a little? We've got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? But for you, I'll keep it PG rating. PG-13. Now, if you excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need to kick. Later. And with a wave and a twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her fist of discomfort game. Queen Bee fires up her broadcast rig, shouting in a milder swearing startup. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on stream. Is it wrong of me to crave being stepped on by her? Hey, I gotta be me. We've got a good chemistry so far. Note to self, check with Gavin about the ethics of dating your customers, and not that I'm commenting or anything here, but, you know, just hey, let's see what to handle next. We'll do one more. Why not? In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, and surprised by first half of my shift was completely in utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people come to the arcade, but it's quite a crowd that's been assembling. Like, larger than Queen Bee's team was, rowdier too. This has to be something against the fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by an upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right to 1908X. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. Pulsating masses of people have surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Showtime stage is an ultra-modern arcade smash hit. It uses motion tracking sensors hidden beneath the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever, and can you catch the fever, Allison? I had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. You see that, Tio? I got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I did. You're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even pass that song. Totes impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing. One day I'll even surpass you. Hey, I hope you do. And when you do, you can be the one that brings the new dancers and teaches them how to play. The next song starts, my eyes shift from their conversation and observates the gyrate and erratic limb movements coming from Showtime stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song, can you blame me? I'm getting really into when I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
How about you? Want to take the spotlight? I think not. I'm not one for dancing with strangers. You know what dancing leads to. Me falling on my face in front of these people. Either that or one of my customers enjoy a trip to the emergency room with a shattered foot. I would rather not horribly embarrass myself right now. Let's save that for later. 'Tis a downright shame, but you can't blame me for trying. How can I resist asking a gal such as yourself? Caught my eye the moment you walked over.
You're new here, right?
You're new here, right? Yes, very.
Mateo.
Oh.
But everyone here just calls me Teo.
Oh, Teo. Teo's the best. Greatest guy here. He's sort of like our leader, yeah?
Please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you. I
Sure.
like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Tio outstretches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. Nope. No, thank you. When I was playing games like this, I was 8, and I'd rather gather masses, not bear witness to the clumsiness of an 8-year-old on the dance floor. Tio's very persistent. It seems like he won't take a simple no without a reason. How can I get off the hook here? Duh, I'm supposed to be working. Nope, I'm actually on the clock right now. I'm the new floor attendant, Allison. Really? I haven't seen you around here at all. What happened to the other guy? He was actually pretty good at Showtime's stage. Now that I think about it, he's out. I'm in. I'm currently year 0 of the floor attendant Allison Ragtime regime. Well, it's an honor to meet you, Allison. I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime as much as you, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups I tend to let everyone else play. I go around and make sure everyone is happy and having a blast. But what about you and your feelings? Tio shrugs. My happiness comes from making other people happy. That's all I need in life. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd, and how is the best to handle it? I'm gonna ask nicely. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Look, it's all great and all, but can you thin out your crowd for me a little? Fire codes, emergency exits, you know, that sort of thing. Come on, it's not that bad. I've seen hotter crowds most weekends around this game. Rules are rules. Yeah, you're right. Least I could do is be accommodating. Luckily, the song that was being played just finished. Tio jumps from the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen! We need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. Oh man, but why? I like my spot. Hey now, you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. It's Allison's first day, so let's show her some respect. See everyone turn around and glare at me. Great. Now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. I guess I've had worse reputations in my life. Like that one time I had to close the pool because of the dirty bandage floating in the water, and now no one would talk to me for a week. Hey, don't disappoint me, crew. Allison's just doing her job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself into a semi-orderly fashion. As everyone settles into a safer way of watching the game, Tio jumps down and comes back to me. Better? I'm not genuinely impressed with how Tio can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and they have the utmost respect for him. Actually much better.
Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is with the law carry-on officer, Allison has spoken. I start to walk away, ready for my next venture, when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Tio. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to help hold the safety of the arcade like a model employee. Say pretty good for a first day. Even Gavin's got to be impressed. And with that being said, I'm going to save. And I think I'll come back to this soon. I'm going to post this on Valentine's Day. But I will see you all pretty soon here. God of War Ragnarok later on tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. But it should be a video here, and here. And then there's a little subscribe button in the middle. So, in case you didn't know, my name is Alexo. This has been Extreme Gaming. Kupo! And I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.